It isn't so much that Rebecca shares opinions. She's one of the sharpest people you ever meet. She's very educated. She makes her points.
What we've accomplished in this time is remarkable, and I know some of the things have come to this board but still need to be implemented. We've been talking about some of the improvements in and around the Port of Oakland that were discussed at the last board meeting that certainly I hope will continue to move forward, as well as some of the efforts around things we can do with trucks, as well as other things that aren't specific to any one area, like strengthening carpooling incentives and other public outreach efforts. I want to say that the ability to breathe the air is the first thing. And that if people can't breathe and communities can't breathe, then they really can't do anything else. And so for those who live in the hardest hit areas, for those who are breathing toxic air every day, I hope we will continue to work together to strengthen our efforts.
Really, you know, those of us who are advocates over here on behalf of those communities also appreciate how quick you came to study this stuff and understand it so that you could be a more effective advocate. And that's deeply appreciated.
Thanks. Jed Holtzman, 350 Bay Area. Just want to second Andres' comments. Rebecca is really kind of a textbook example of what the public would like to see on this board and any board in terms of conscientiousness and engagement.
It's ridiculous that you have to leave this board. And I think it's politics at its worst. And there's a steep learning curve to this board. I'm in my 9th year here, learning things constantly. And the fact that somebody as bright and capable and articulate as you is being replaced after 2 years, well, shame on the mayor. Really.
I just want to commend Board Member Kaplan. You and I have always been kind of at odd ends.
You still are.
Of a lot of the political issues, but we really have come together on some of these neighborhood strategies. And, you know, she's a strong advocate and a strong voice for the Bay Area, and I'm sure we haven't heard the last of her.
A.B. Koga.
Okay, I just also want to thank you for your service, Director Kaplan, and I actually thought you had been on this board for a decade or not. You're too young for that, but as a new board member, you're definitely a role model to aspire to, so thank you.
Yes, I just want to echo the same thing. I'm so incredibly sad that you're leaving. Rebecca, you're someone that I look up to very much. I want to be like you when I grow up on the air board. And I just thank you so much for your passion and your hard work and your equity lens in which you do everything.
Rebecca really should be on the board for 1 or 2 decades. She has the background that she's the kind of person that represents why I wanted to be on this board. Someone who is a critical thinker, thinks about the big picture, and has helped to shape, I think, a unique profile for the district.
Just watching you in action, you learn, I mean, as a new member of the board, like, you learn so much from how you conduct yourself, and not only just advocating for the right issues, but in the way that you do so. Like Director Mitchell said, you do your homework, right? So you're not coming out there just wearing your advocacy on your sleeve. You're coming forward with technical solutions and ideas on how we actually move past issues, and it's something that I'm definitely going to miss seeing on the left side.
Great determination. I remember one of the things that you told me that was so much fun. I think you and your wife drove to tar sands, am I correct?
To the Dakota pipeline protest,
right,
yeah.
Right.
Yes.
And I thought, that is putting, that's walking the talk. You really did it. And I thought after that, you know what? Rebecca really means it.
So we knew, but of course, those of us that have had a chance to work with you in the past, like when you were on AC Transit Board, know your commitment, and just want to say I know we're going to continue to work together. It's great that you've been a great advocate for the community, and you I mean, you're smart, so you understand how to get to the heart of the issue, and I appreciate that. So,
we're arguably the most technical regional agency. We deal with lots of science, we deal with economics, and typically board members will spend 2 good years, as you have, ramping up. I think you've distinguished yourself in being a thoughtful advocate for human health. You've done a very effective job articulating concerns in communities most affected by air pollution, which certainly includes your city, which your mayor should appreciate. I know we do. When you've spoken, board members are listening because you're using cogent arguments that are based in science and economics. And so I thank you for your service, and I'll bet we'll see you again.
I'm always impressed by Rebecca's education and everything she's done in her life. And you're right, Rebecca's not done, and she will probably be back here soon. And for those of you who think that she should be here, maybe you should help her run for mayor.
I think I just want to echo what's been said, except to add one thing, which is I think being fierce the way you have been and being fierce with facts is something the president can learn a lot from.
Now, on a serious note, it's been a pleasure to serve with you. We've gotten the message about cash for clunkers. We'll make sure that we carry that mantle. But just thank you for being collegial, being intelligent, being articulate.
Well, a minister friend of mine recently said, if you woke up this morning, it's because you still have work to do in this world. So, I ain't done. Lastly, I just wanted to make a more meta comment, which is, one of the things that me and a lot of people I hang out with have talked about, especially since the 2016 election, is, gosh, wouldn't it be great if the Bay Area was its own country? And if the Bay Area had its own government, man, it would do everything right. And in the past 2 years, I've been able to say to people, actually, it's not just a wish. There actually is Bay Area government. And that's what this is. And we really exist. And we're far more united than people might think.